Well, it's been a while. Life got in the way, but hey, let's talk again. Good morning again, Daniel Valdez again. It's a pleasure and honor to talk to you. Hey, for some reason, school started already. Some of you started the first week of August, which the only reason for that is because your school district is filled with a bunch of psychos. Some of you started on a Thursday, which, same reason. But I'd say most of y'all are back in school. And everything is right with the world, maybe. We'll see how that goes. I want to talk a little bit today about how the marching season changes when school starts. And I've come up with this little philosophy, and you've seen it if you follow me on social media at Danpodcast on Instagram, and of course you follow the TexasBands.com Facebook page. If you follow me on those social media platforms, you've seen a little hashtag that I came up with. A little hashtag called Get Good Band Nerd. That is not meant to be a negative saying or hashtag. That is meant to be a positive thing. For years and years and years, being called a band nerd was just something that stupid people would call band students. Like with anything else, the important thing getting through life is taking something negative, flipping it into a positive, spinning it around, twirling it, wrapping it in glitter, or whatever the heck you need to do in order for you to get through your daily life. And that's what I plan on doing with this. Let's try to get this trending. Get good, band nerd. So what does that mean? Well, it's basically a philosophy that the real work, what a band program is really made out of, we all find out when school starts. Summer band, yes, we put the cogs and the nuts and bolts together, and we jam them together, and we start trying to form a cohesive marching show. You get your drill, you get your music, and you try to put it all together in the field. You get as much done as you can during summer band because the allotment for rehearsal time is much greater than when school starts. But everything changes when school starts. Have you ever wondered why most band programs, and I go generally, we're going to go over a very general, broad spectrum here. Have you ever noticed how most of the really fun stuff happens during summer band? Like barbecue dinners and water balloon fights and rock, paper, scissors contests and pie your director in the face. All that fun stuff. You ever wonder why that stuff happens during summer band? Because when school starts, there's no time to do any of that stuff. Summer band, a marching member just has one responsibility. Unless they've got like a part-time job or something like that, and if you do, good for you. But for the most part, marching band member has one responsibility during the summer. Go to summer band for 12 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, depending on how intense your marching program decides to take summer band. That's it. You do your 12 hours, you come home, you eat dinner, you probably rest, you go to bed, and then you do the exact same thing the next day. There are no obligations beyond that. When school starts, now everything comes together. Not only do you got to do a practice before and after school, and by the way, I'm an advocate of after school practices. A lot of people, I know some band parents, I know some programs like to do morning rehearsals, but hey, I got to find a date for homecoming after practice. You're not making that easy by sending me to class all stinky. Anyways, you got your rehearsal. You also have to pay attention to your classes. You have to learn, especially this year, you have to relearn how to conduct yourself and how to act in a classroom setting. How do you learn in a classroom setting? You got to relearn all that stuff. Most kids, you haven't been to class in 2 years. You've been doing the online stuff in your pajamas. Now you got to deal with desks and other people that are absolutely not interested in what the teacher has to say, but you are because you want to try to make something out of yourself, out of your life. So you got to deal with classes. You have to deal with the social aspect too. You're going to be around a bunch of kids. Some of them are going to have masks. Some of them are not going to have masks. You got to deal with dealing with people you like, people you're attracted to, and people you don't like, and you got to deal with all that stuff. And on top of that, you got to do your rehearsals. You got to learn your instrument. You got to keep working on the show. That's where Get Good Band Nerd comes in. Get Good Band Nerd means, look, I know we're still dealing with pandemic stuff. I know that we're relearning how to work ourselves into the classroom and dealing with all the different personalities and challenges that come along with high school. At the end of the day, when it comes contest time, when it comes time to perform, when the lights are on, did you get good band nerd? I'm being serious about this. You still have to put in the work. I've seen a lot of programs over the years, and I've been involved in the activity many years. Too many to count. I mean, I could count them, but I'm lazy. So many programs put in the work at summer band. Super hyped. Wasn't that awesome? We got a lot of drill done. We got a lot of music on the field. We've got 3 out of the 4 movements done. We're all good. And then when school starts, the drive for excellence, the motivation to get better every single day goes way down, because now you have all these distractions. You got school, you got friends, you have girlfriends, boyfriends, all that crazy fun stuff. All of a sudden, you got to try to balance that stuff out. And parents, go easy on your kids. They're going to come home from school. If they've already started school, the first few days they're going to come home and they're not going to want to talk to you. They are not going to want to talk to you. They want to sit there. They want to eat their dinner in silence. They're going to say 3 words to you, and they're going to want to go to the room, and they're going to try to learn their instrument, or they're just going to put on some music or like turn the lights off and just totally relax. Let them do that. They need to decompress. Remember, especially this year, we're relearning how to function as a high school student, as a normal high school student, as normal as things can get. So don't worry about them just yet. They're going to need a day or 2, or maybe a week, to kind of readjust, because they're getting a lot of stuff thrown at them, stuff they're not used to dealing with, especially if they're a freshman or sophomore. So give them time to adjust, give them time to relax, maybe an extra hug, or maybe an extra baked potato at dinner or something. Hey, maybe that helps. I don't know. Aren't you glad I'm not a parent? Get good band nerd means keep pushing through. Yes, you have your distractions. Yes, you're trying to figure out if that person likes you or doesn't like you. I understand that, marching members. I totally get it. But at the end of the day, you still have your obligations towards the band program. Those are still your obligations, and they must be fulfilled, and you must continue to get better every single day. I like equating this activity to sports, because technically it is. It seems like the team that finishes the strongest at the end of the year wasn't usually the best team during the regular season. Maybe they had some hiccups along the way. But usually the teams that reach the goal, that reach the championships, that get the medals, and I usually don't like talking about this, but I think I'm going to talk about it a little bit more, because it is a functional part of the activity. The teams that really get to the end and get the praise and stand on the podium and whatever phrase you want to use, they're the ones that are operating on all cylinders at the end of the season. It's very difficult to do that, because it usually means you've struggled a little bit at some point during early season or the middle of the season. This is one of the first tests. You do your summer band, everybody's together, you have water balloon fights, and we're having a lot of fun, and we're also learning drill and music and all that fun stuff. That's great. That's your first test. Here's your second test. When school starts, is everybody just going to be distracted, and then all of a sudden, hey, we're supposed to learn about 8 pages of drill today, and we only learned 4 because everybody's talking and everybody's freaking out, and nobody can focus on the task at hand. That happens a lot, even to programs that are highly successful in Bands of America and UIL and whatnot. It's very difficult. That's where the culture of the band program seeps in. That's where Get Good Band Nerd seeps in. I don't care how many pages you learn during summer band. I don't care if you have all your music on the field. I don't care if your guard has all the work. None of that matters to me. It doesn't. If it matters to you, great. Good for you. Enjoy it. I'm always a proponent of celebrating the small accomplishments. But Get Good Band Nerd means you don't stop just because you've learned all your stuff. I don't care what you have to say on social media. None of that matters. Are you still getting better every day? The second you stop getting better every day, somebody's going to overtake you. Somebody's going to surpass you. And all of a sudden, they start building momentum. And they start getting Good Band Nerd. So that's kind of what I wanted to jump in here and talk about today. Just extreme motivation all the time, every day. That separates the programs that are always at the top of the activity from the programs that have the potential to be at the top of the activity. You see the difference? There's a difference between you're there and, well, we could be there. No more could. Get Good Band Nerd. Make it trending. Let's just share it for everybody. And then people are going to wonder, what the heck are you talking about? And then you point them to this episode. You tell them what I said. Get Good Band Nerd. Put in the work. Your work's not done yet. We haven't even... School just started. There's not a contest for another month. And we're already set. We're already dusting our hands off. We're all good. Everything's solid. Everything's great. No big deal. We got this in hand. Because the programs that do that way too early show up at contests, and then the next day after that contest are going, well, I don't know what happened. Then the excuses start, and I don't like those excuses. Get Good Band Nerd. Can you push yourself to get better every day? Do you have not only the musical talent, do you have the mental fortitude to make that happen? Do you? Because if you do, you need to act on it. And then, and only then, can you start motivating others to get Good Band Nerd. I hope you all get Good Band Nerd. I really hope so. Because it benefits everybody. It benefits the whole activity when everybody's motivated. Everybody's trying to put on the best product that they possibly can. It makes for a very enjoyable show. Makes for a very enjoyable contest. It makes for a very enjoyable season. And it makes the experience more rewarding when times are tough or when the season ends. Trust me on this. I've been through it. So that's what I've got to say today. Get Good Band Nerd. Tell your kids that. Practice your horns. Get better every single day. Make this activity worthy of people's time. Because it is. You have a greater obligation, band members, I'm talking to you. Look at me. You have a greater responsibility than you realize. The activity was severely hurt during the pandemic. With no contests, that's such a hard hit for so many event organizers and event organizations that put on contests. It was such a devastating blow when the pandemic hit and everything shut down. Hopefully we don't have to do that again. I really hope we don't have to do that again. And plus, people are coming to these contests because they haven't been anywhere in 2 years. They're looking for an amazing experience, and it's your obligation as an artist and as a band nerd. Yes, you are both. I don't care if your parents made you sign up for band. I don't care what your motivation is. You put on the uniform, you play the instrument, you're a band nerd, and you're an artist, and those are two very good things to be. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is your obligation as an artist and a band nerd to put on the best possible product. Plain and simple. That is not up for discussion. That is not up for debate. That is what you signed up for. It may not have been in that giant packet of forms you sent in, but trust me, it was there. I hope you all have a wonderful season. I can't wait to see some of you all. I've got plans this Saturday to go out and visit some people I haven't seen in a couple of years. More on that through social media and whatnot. I hope you all are safe. I hope you all are well. I'm done here. I will talk to you all very, very, very soon. More announcements very soon about where the TexasBands.com crew is going to be and live blog stuff and all that fun stuff. We can't wait to see you all and talk to you all and interact with you all again. It's been too long, and it's time to love one another once again. I'm done here. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.